My name is Sandra Eldridge, and until December last year, in 2025, I was the Diocesan Environmental Officer in the Diocese of Chelmsford. At the moment, I'm in Kenya. My husband and I have a long-standing link with Kenya, and I've been twice before. We've been travelling round for the past 2.5 to 3 weeks into villages and homes and remote places, looking at what's happening particularly with climate change and the effect on people's lives. So we've been travelling in various places, but we've been in Imberry Diocese for the past week, and this is one of the 5 dioceses that has a link with the Chelmsford Diocese. So we have been going out and looking at what is the effect of climate change on individuals' lives. So in the UK we see climate change, and we see the summers getting hotter, we see lack of rain, we see unpredictable weather, and that affects many of us in different ways, but they're usually small ways. Here in Kenya, what we see is much greater effects of climate change. So for example, last October, the rains failed in many parts of Kenya, and we have seen driving through Kenya fields and fields and fields of maize where the maize has dried up, and those who are growing the maize aren't going to get any crop at all. So water is a problem here in Kenya, and also food security is a problem here in Kenya. And what we've been looking at is small ways in which things can change for people in Kenya. And so we've looked, for example, at different ways of supporting people to have enough water when rains fail. And whereas most houses in the UK have piped water, that's simply not the case in Kenya. So one of the ways that people get water when there is no water is through bringing lorries, trucks of water from different places to the people who have no water. That's an emergency situation. Long term, we have also seen in other places in Kenya the difference that piped water makes, and the joy that that brings to people who can turn on a tap and have water for the first time, and have that water for most of the time, and that really makes a difference. We've also seen women's groups, self-help groups getting together and trying to support each other through loan schemes and through other schemes to help each other in situations where people don't have as much food as they used to, and their livelihoods are being affected. So this Lent and on until July, the Diocese of Chelmsford has decided to support the 5 dioceses in Kenya through an organisation called Anglican Development Services, to support people on the ground in Kenya in terms of food security, in terms of climate resilience, and other ways as well. And I would really urge you and your church to think about how you might be able to make a difference to the lives of ordinary people in Kenya. We're not talking about lots of money to do some of these things. The amounts of money are quite small. A small amount of money can make a difference to one homestead, to one family, but there are many families in Kenya that need help. So I would urge you and your congregation to think what you can do to help people in Kenya.